in that excellence. You got to master your craft. We got Nikki, light worker Nikki in the building. What's up, Nikki? How you doing, darling?
Happy Saturday, y'all.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I'm doing well. About to enjoy this show with y'all. You know, in the Atlanta area, ATL in the building. You know, still got to represent DC though.
Most definitely. I thought you was from Baltimore. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! See, this is the conflict.
I mean, it's right there, right?
No, it ain't.
I'd be confused a little bit too.
Two different worlds, okay? Two different ballparks. You know what? When you go visit, you're going to see for your own eyes, all right?
That is very true. That is very true, though. It
That
is
didn't sound
different.
good.
It's very different.
Very, very.
So what's so different? I mean, they literally right there.
I mean, because it's just the people, the atmospheres, the environments. It's two different jungles. You know, you got a forest one end, and then you got a real jungle on the other end. You know, and we'll say that Baltimore is the actual jungle, and then we'll consider DC the forest or whatnot.
I guess so.
And then both of them all together is like a wildebeest.
Right. Well, we definitely glad you are here. You finally made it on to the show.
Yes, and I appreciate your patience.
Yes, we definitely was looking forward to having you. We're gonna be taking over, or helping us out with hosting this thing, getting this thing.
Did you say take it over a little bit? Did you say that?
Well, she got some good ears, don't she?
She got some good ears.
I'm gonna tell you about that.
She ready. I think she just ready.
Oh, I'm always ready. I was born ready.
You hear that? You hear that? Okay.
Yeah, somebody hitting that wine a little too hard. Oh man, it's all love, man. It's all love and family, man. Again, we definitely glad to have you. How was your week, though? You know, what brought you to Atlanta? Just introduce yourself to the family first.
Well, I'm here because the change and the opportunities, and the good nature of the atmosphere in general. I got tired of DC. I love y'all. Please don't be upset with me, y'all. I love y'all so much. But it was just time for me to expand. I kind of started outgrowing the area, and my week, oh my gosh, it's been trials and tribulations, but I'm here, it's been blessings, and I've been through journeys, and where I've been placed, I've been coming across all different walks of life, all different walks of people, and it's been enlightening me from all different angles and making me stronger, making me wiser, and just making me really appreciate where I'm at in life. So, that's my week. We ain't talking about why I came down here, but that is kind of sort of.
You said making you appreciate life. I seen something recently this past week. Someone asked the question, do you have to go through struggle to appreciate success?
Truly and honestly, it's kind of like the same as hard work. Right. If you don't go through that stage of actually having to go through hard work, you're not going to appreciate it when you get it. Most people don't cherish what they have until it's gone. They don't realize what they have until it's gone. But to actually really go through the trials and tribulations and the challenges, you really don't see exactly what your purpose is or exactly what it is until you actually have to fight for it.
Right. Yeah, I oftentimes say that a lot of people don't. Well, I'm not going to take advice from somebody that doesn't own a business or doesn't have this. But at the same time, how can you take advice from somebody that has never gotten up?
Right.
See, if you trying to get up from a fall, then you might want to take it. It's cool to take advice from somebody who knows about getting up.
Exactly.
Getting up, because when you fail, if you never failed, then you can't really give me no advice on how to get up.
Yeah, they say you ain't no true hustler if you can't lose it all and get it back.
It's easy to get it, but it's harder to keep it.
And maintain it is everything. But yeah, that's my story though. Me coming down here has been a very big transition from going from having being privileged and kind of spoiled to where I have to get new connects and new beginnings and new people and kind of like, hey, okay, I'm out here, guys. But it's most definitely a growing process, and it's really making me tap into my inner being on all different levels and all different aspects. And guess what? I'm right here with y'all, so that means I'm doing something right, huh?
That's all right. That's good. Trav, man, you didn't bring none of that salmon with you?
No,
man. We got new people in this building.
And listen, I cooked today, man. It was rough today for me.
Oh, you petty. You ain't bring no food.
Man, when
You
I tell
gotta see
when I
how
tell you
I
this
had
man
to
got
cook
the
today.
best smoked salmon in the city.
See, you teasing me. How you gonna bring it up and then I ain't gonna say it?
But guess what? I'm defrosting 2 pieces downstairs right now for this
Oh,
man to go
my
down there and
gosh.
cook that thing.
If only they could see, I'll give you a sky five. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But definitely, man. You doing the fight party today?
I'm doing the fight tonight.
Okay,
If
yeah.
you're in Atlanta, hit me up.
Oh no, I wasn't an invitation to everybody. Shoot, I'm just making sure I'm coming through, man. I'm inviting everybody. That's less food if everybody comes.
So what you gonna eat the whole
He don't
entourage
care.
and
He-
just have a big old fiesta, huh?
He don't care. Yeah, that's all.
That is petty. What about the homeless people out on the street? You might just want to
Oh,
give
no.
them a couple of pieces too.
I ain't
Huh?
gonna lie. If you homeless, you don't want to have no home. Don't come to my home.
Oh my god.
You don't like it. I mean, I
Hey man,
apologize.
we got a great show coming, man. For the love, man. We just basically, whatever it is, a business, artistic, your job, your career, your profession, whatever it is you love, we here to celebrate and for your love of it. You know what I mean? We got Shalon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she want to be introduced as Shalon or Raven Shalon.
No, Shalon. Yeah.
Shalon. We got Shalon, Atlanta's own, the hardest working. Like I've been following her for quite a while. We support each other, and she puts in a lot of work to perfect her craft. I'm not even gonna lie.
Thank you.
I see it, and it was a pleasure. You actually done an interview with us before.
Yeah, through the phone.
Yeah,
A couple of years back. Yeah.
You did interview with us before, so we're glad to have you back. We're
Thank
glad to
you.
have you in the live. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
I was being nosy and I seen her star page. She had a fan page. And I said, oh my gosh, this girl is well rounded. She
Thank
do a little bit of
you.
everything. And you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Very proud. Look,
Thank
keep
you.
doing your thing.
Thank you. You too.
She put in that work. She
does.
put in that work. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, you from Atlanta originally?
No, I'm a military brat, so I was born in Germany. My dad retired a couple years ago, so I left there when I was 1 year old. And is that me? I left there when I was 1 year old, and then I moved to Hawaii. And then where my 2 sisters were born, and then we went to Georgia for a couple years. I'm wrong. Arizona after Hawaii, and then we lived there for a couple years, and then we went to Georgia, and that's where I've been since I was 10 years old. So,
But you're not a military brat.
well, yeah, technically, yeah, because
Why do they call
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
military
about to say. Why
brat?
you say that?
I don't know the definition.
Everybody-
No,
behind
everybody-
it.
they privileged, bro. Like they be traveling.
Okay.
Listen, my
Your
brother-in-law,
wife?
man, dude, his kids done seen Rome, Africa, Italy.
It's a
Like
blessing.
they've been everywhere. Germany,
But that don't necessarily mean you're a brat because you get the opportunity to see the world and explore it. That just means your parents sacrificed their life to make sure
But
that you had a
but
good life.
that's just why the term came about, though. It is bratish
Oh, that's
because
the definition.
I mean it's bratish if you think about it because it's some adults who can't travel,
Right, yeah.
Who
A lot of
want to.
those that can't travel.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
want to, but
Yeah.
funding.
Yeah.
So you privileged to
No,
do.
you can travel.
You can't have funding. You
Nah.
You know how many
I had this
different ways.
conversation with somebody before. You can travel. You just don't look. If you don't want to sacrifice your living style to travel, like
Man, that's fun.
you talk about the homeless.
Yeah, but you
They
know
go
what?
wherever they want to go.
But you know what though? It's a lot of different ways
got
out
more
here to
friends.
travel. They got
Right.
traveling agencies and little marketing agencies
That's
where as
true.
though they pay you to travel. So I mean, it's up to the person. Whatever you really want
Right.
to do, you'll find some type of avenue. Ain't that the name of the show? Avenue to do it. You right?
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Hurry.
You mean?
Did you see his facial log?
I'll drink the whole.
He took a sip, didn't he?
I need a drink.
Look, hold on. Cheers. There we go.
Oh man, it's a great Saturday in Atlanta.
Absolutely. It's hot, but it's good.
Yeah, it's
hot
hot for
here.
to be close to October.
That's Georgia for you.
Oh my gosh, DC, you would be getting all the wins.
I wish.
You just
Girl,
said you
no,
don't
you
like
don't.
DC.
I think she was saying she just let it go.
Didn't she just say she don't like this?
She said, I think I better
Hold
let
on. See,
it
now he
go.
put
She
words
likes the
in my
weather
mouth.
though. She likes the weather.
No, I didn't even say I like the weather.
Oh, she said
I'm
she ain't
just
like it.
saying.
Jay.
I'm just saying
boy,
that
she
it
just
would've been
confirmed it.
She's so
win.
indecisive.
Huh?
Oh
She
my
indecisive.
God.
She don't
See,
know what
there
she
we
like.
go.
She don't know what
Well,
she
I like you. I'm here, ain't I?
You here. I'm glad you're here. It was tough getting here, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're
Well,
here.
I found the right avenue and went down 44.
You ain't hit the 4. You ain't hit the 4.
Yeah, she ain't hit the 4
But
yet.
you is on Ave44 Radio.
Ave44. So what inspired you to get into music?
Oh man, I'm just in love with music genuinely. I've always been in love with music. Like, not even just like songs. Like, for me, like, I love movies and stuff, and I love like critiquing movies. And for me, a movie could be decent, but if the score and the composition sounds beautiful, like, I love it. Like, perfect example would probably be Aquaman or Venom, the new movie that came out.
Aquaman.
You don't care for Aquaman?
I've never
Aquaman.
seen it before.
I like.
You like the score or you like
I
the
like.
movie?
Well, what I was gonna say is the movies are decent, but for me, I pay attention to the score, so that's what makes me really, like, if that makes sense, really enjoy the movie to me, like the music. So I just genuinely love music. So
I'm still
And the
trying to
music
figure out
drawer.
what about Aquaman did you like?
I like Aquaman.
Did you see Aquaman?
I liked Aquaman.
No,
See?
you didn't. Stop
And
lying,
but
bro.
the only reason I liked it when they had put all the trash that the people put in the sea when they put that back on land, that was the best part
Oh
of the
my
movie,
God.
man. Hey,
You
listen, that was the
could've found
best
something way
part
better
of
than that.
the
I ain't
movie.
messing with him.
Yeah.
Come on, Shalon, I got your back. You know
Thank
what?
you.
No, they
Let me
cleaned,
tell
they
you
cleaned up the
something.
ocean.
Look, don't be messing with her. That's the movie that she liked.
No, she liked
Look.
it. I
No, that's
liked
not
it.
her favorite movie. What's your
No,
favorite
it's
movie?
not my favorite movie.
But I
What's
liked
the-
it. I liked it.
No, you didn't. You sound like you just trying to find a way to like it.
Yeah, I was about. I didn't want to say that, but
He just trying to find
yeah, that's true.
hey, look, I'm in your head.
You could have
for the
said the
moment.
action
It's
or
okay.
something.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Or maybe the
Listen,
way he
so
came
I
out
be-
the sea.
I be
I know something.
Listen, I be
Simple.
thinking about that and how can people just throw trash on? Wish I could get that shit and throw it back in their damn car.
That's a lie. That's a lie. We ain't messing with him.
You go in time.
We got the troublemaker. We gonna put him in the corner
Hey,
real quick.
here at Ave44, we got a cleanup committee right here. We try
And we starting off with you.
No, for real. We
Yeah,
see, my man. We actually do. We want to clean up
Oh,
the
y'all do?
neighborhood.
But that's not gonna save you, dog.
That is gonna save me. I was waiting to pull it out the
man.
bag. I was,
Oh, man.
I was waiting to pull it out
You
the
said
bag.
Lord of the Rings is one of your
Yeah,
favorite movies.
the whole trilogy is my favorite movie. It's all of them. Yeah.
I don't think I watched that whole thing.
I can watch those
I actually
multiple
love
times.
Lord of the Rings. I am a big fan because
Yeah.
I am a very awkward and bizarre person.
Me
every
too.
Now and
Me
then.
too.
You know,
I'm a nerd, so I
you know,
love all of
I
it.
live in my own world, not this world. So I can agree with
See,
you.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like you.
Look, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
pretend. I don't know how to do that. You know, you gotta naturally be who you are. What
Right.
were you talking about earlier? Let your spiritual being just run.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't even like your birthplace.
What you say?
You don't even like your birthplace.
What you mean? I ain't say that I don't like it. I said I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Difference.
Period. City girls on you.
You'll get tired of music.
Do I get tired of music?
No.
No. Never.
And
Are
you
you-
would look, and you better not ever get tired of it.
No, I can't.
Because you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
do.
And you got talent, like you got a skill. That I like that remix you did to the 24 karat.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
Like that had me hooked. I was
I'm
really
sorry,
on your
I'm
page
cut you
after
off, but how
that.
many different instruments do you play? Because
Oh,
that's
man.
what I seen, and that's what really, really intrigued me about you, and
Thank
really
you.
took me for a loop. So
Thank
go
you.
ahead, go on down the list.
Well, I've been in band since 4th grade, so I initially wanted to play the flute, but the band director was like, we have too many flute players, so just play clarinet. So I started out on clarinet, and then all through middle school and then high school, I started playing on the contralto clarinet, which is, I don't know if you guys are any brain nerds in here, but bass clarinet is probably like this big, and then the contralto is about as big as I am. Like, I'm 5'5", so it's about as tall as I am. So I played that in symphonic band. I played clarinet in marching band, and then I started out on keyboard too, because I produce my own music as well.
I know that's right, girl.
So
You produce your music that you sing to?
yeah.
Really?
See what I'm
The
saying?
track I sent you guys,
I
I
did a
produced
little more
that.
research than you did.
I know, and then we follow each other.
I know she played the electric. Well, she learned the electric guitar.
Go on, Shalon. Keep going, girl.
And I started playing electric guitar back in January, so I'm like at the 6-month mark. So yeah, and I want to play bass guitar as well too.
And you going to play bass
Thank
guitar
you,
too.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
she
Queen.
caught me by surprise. Yes, Queen. Look, I was like, I started reading. I said, "Oh my goodness gracious, she is really doing her thing.
Thank
That's
you.
phenomenal."
Thank
because you know most.
Mo was in the band, wasn't
Mo can play the snare drums too, like the hell out of him.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. Look, don't throw me off.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, but for real, I was sitting back and I was reading and, just taking it. And I was just like, because the average, artist, because I wouldn't necessarily just say singer because you
Right.
are a artist.
Right.
Because you bring definition to your
Right,
music with
absolutely.
everything you do. But they don't choose to, how can I say it, perfect the craft that they
Right,
do.
right,
Even
absolutely.
down to the instruments, even down to the music production. They don't want to learn this stuff. They want everybody to do it for them. I was
Right.
just having a conversation with my significant other as well as a
Right.
friend. People don't want to do it themselves, but because
Absolutely.
it takes, like we started off in the beginning of the conversation, just that much more work.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
It's
yeah.
easier when somebody just say here, but it's a whole nother ballpark when you choose to take the time. So.
Right.
Look-
And you cut out the middleman a lot when you
Boy,
learn how to do your own
talk
stuff.
about it.
Because I started out, me and my sister, she's here with me today. We started out like humming melodies on phones and like humming another melody on the phone and like playing them together before my dad was like, well, I'll get you like a software program where you can actually produce stuff. And I started out, I don't know who produces in the room, but I started out on Magic Music Maker, which is like very like beginner.
Y'all hear that? Magic Music Maker. You can
Yeah.
start yourself.
Yeah. So I learned off on that, and then I moved to Logic. So that's when and then I'm also getting mentored.
And so what's Logic? What's that?
Logic is it's a studio software system, software program. Sorry.
So you use that on the laptop and the phone?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can use it on the phone.
Okay, see, there we go. I'm a little naive.
No,
on that one.
it's okay. 'Cause there's some software programs where you can use it on the phone, but you use it on your Mac for Logic. So I've been using that for like, yeah. For the past few years, so I've been on that. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you, as a singer, what kind of influence do you wish to have on the community?
Oh man, because I know for me personally, I'm okay now, but I've struggled a lot with depression in the past and stuff, and just going through a lot mentally and emotionally within myself. So a lot of my music, because I like to dibble and dabble in a lot of different genres of music. So like I have like a rock song that talks about like depression and feeling like I was gonna like go over the edge, but I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still fighting. I have a song that's like literally saying like I'm beautiful and you can do anything you put your mind to. I have a song saying like you need to leave that dude because he ain't gonna ever appreciate you. So I feel like me personally, I would love to, inspire people to go after their dreams and feel like, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I feel like if I can do that, then I'm straight.
You already doing it.
Thank you.
That sounds like a combination of Mary J and Beyonce. 'Cause when I think
No,
of them
that
two,
just sound like
no, Mary J, she caters to the crowd that kind of like
Right.
talks about the troubles, and Beyonce try to like look past it and
Right.
be more.
Look, I love Mary J to death, but she cries, okay? She cries and she said her sorrow. She's talking about actually stepping into the change, reforming and building from it and bringing more of a positive, inspiring, upbeat, uplifting, not I'm going. No. We not going down.
But that's
going up.
that's what Mary J built because it's an audience for both of those things.
Right,
because
right.
people deal with depression in their own way.
Yeah.
Some people address it head on, and some people like on the Beyonce side, which try to be more uplifting. She don't I don't
But
think
you know what
Beyonce
I'll
ever-
say, what she has going on truly and honestly is a mixture of a little bit of Erykah Badu as well as
She
a
just
Jill
loves
Scott.
some Erykah
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you guys really have to listen though, because Erykah Badu,
that's my baby.
yeah, Erykah Badu, she also speaks about depression as well too.
Right,
but she
right.
speaks about the spiritual aspect
she's-
of depression
she's
and how she was able
see,
to build over it.
Badu is the
tapping
Badu is the
into her
Barry Sanders
spirituality.
of singing.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And see
She
what a
in the
lot of
whole
people don't
category
realize
alone.
is that with rock and a lot of metal music and even down to the techno music and stuff like that, that music is a little more in tune and it's more embracive.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Versus how you have your R&B, which is more Jill Scott, more laid back, more calm, but it's more kind of like that humming music.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Do you make R&B?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you think R&B exists still today?
I don't think it's like it was years ago. I think you have some artists like her, and Chris Brown is trying to do a lot more of that.
I think Chris Brown at the end of the day is gonna be the GOAT, and I
Yeah,
tell people
It's
this all the
always
time.
been a go.
No,
I'm
like when I
confused.
say a lot of people don't agree with me on this because Chris Brown has hits
Talent.
in every genre
Yeah.
He got so
of
much
music.
talent. He got so much
Chris
talent.
Brown has always been the GOAT.
He might be the
He
last.
came out dancing like a ghost.
He
Like,
might be the last R&B male that's
Right.
up there,
Yeah.
and he can also give you some pop.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah. Because I was watching The Breakfast Club and Charlamagne was like, Chris Brown is like done. And I was like, he's still putting out hits, like,
Still,
and
he-
it's good music. That's one thing you cannot say about
And
him.
he
It's
got
like,
a
got a new
song
hit.
rapping with Big Crit.
who
That's
is that?
that's why this
oh,
nigga.
you don't know who Big Crit?
You don't know Big Crit?
No, she said she didn't know. I know who
I
Big
was
Crit
gonna
is.
say.
No.
Okay, y'all, please forgive me. Okay, let me
Hold
on.
explain something to y'all. I be in my own little world, right? It's called Lightwork Nikki World, right? I don't really know about too many things that's going on with too many people, and that's
No,
how I
it's
come
okay.
across their path and embrace them and have the opportunity to meet them, or like loved ones and friends and stuff like that, and give me the insight. So
It's
please
okay.
tell me and let me know.
No, it's okay.
Miss Shalon, let me ask you this though, because you spoke about
It's
depression.
not about
Yeah.
Crit.
And I don't know if you want
I'll
to go
tell you
here,
later.
but most people, like, I'm probably one of them.
Yeah.
I kind of think depression ain't real, but when I hear
Yeah.
somebody speak on it, I do want to hear about it. Like, I don't dismiss it.
Right.
You know
right.
what I'm
no,
saying?
No. You know it's good. What do you like exactly want to know? Like how?
What are the, like, not the symptoms, the things that lead up to the symptoms? That's something that I really
Right.
want to, like, get to understand. I don't want to.
No, you're okay.
Okay.
Well, for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me personally, I shut down when I get into that phase of like, being depressed. I don't talk to my family. I'm like shut out in my room and I'm feeling like sorry for myself. I think a lot of times if you talk to a lot of artists, a lot of times we do go through a lot of stuff emotionally and mentally and stuff. I have like producer friends that tell me all the time they're going through like depression because it's like you start thinking like if I'm good enough, like is this gonna happen for me? I'm not where I want to be or supposed to be. Or you have people, and that's why I say like you have to have like a tough skin also in trying to be in this industry because like me personally, like I have people that I follow on Instagram are like way more supportive than people like I personally know.
No, yeah.
And that used to like get me down. I mean, I used to like cry and be upset and angry and just be down on myself. So for me, when I start feeling like that, I try to talk to my mother and my sisters and I tell them like what's going on and they kind of help me get through it. Or like we'd be like, you know what, we're just gonna like work on some music and try to just push through it. And like I used to be like almost afraid to even put my thoughts on paper because I didn't want to relive it. And like there's another song that I told you about, the rock song, I actually cried when I was writing it and recording it because it hit home for me. I've never been like suicidal, but there's been times where I've waken up and been like, man, I hate that I woke up,
Yeah, you don't wanna do
And
nothing.
like it sucks. So
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, y'all, but I have to touch on this, okay? Depression is what you choose to make it and what you choose to entertain. Everybody goes through different and this is where your spiritual nature kicks in, and this is where a good support of system kicks in because anxiety kicks in as well too. But it's also a challenge too. So if you choose to put a name on it, then that's what it'll turn into.
Absolutely.
But what you're going through is normal. What people go through is normal. When you're going through a dramatic change in your life, you're going to go through doubt. You're going to go through fear. You're going to go through up and and down, unbalanced. You're going to go through all of that.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's depression. That just means that you're fighting the inner being within yourself. And that's just to people in general. You're fighting that inner being inside of you that you never ever.
But do you know why?
Right. You said why?
Yeah, why? I'm gonna this is my opinion on why, and because you was asking, you trying to understand depression. You feel. What do they call it? Empathetic. That feels like it don't even have to be you, but I can feel like sometimes I feel the world.
Right.
I look at the world and I see a world that's hurting.
Right.
I see it all. I look at it all the time. I feel that.
But that doesn't mean it's depression, though.
Let me explain. As creators, you are creative.
Right.
Mostly, a lot of artists tend to go through this a lot.
Yeah.
Creators, they hold themselves to the expectations is so high.
And you're supposed to be.
Yourself,
That's true.
you know, you hold yourself.
You're supposed to.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know I hold myself to a very high standard, and I strive for it every day.
Right, exactly.
And then when you mix that and combine that with being
Empathetic.
you feel the world, and it's like you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, you know you can do this, but you're not there to help the people you're trying to help. And you know you can, but you're still working on you. Things like that. Those are some of the battles that go through that. Like,
But that's where you find that the realistic in your journey. Once you find your purpose and you understand that your purpose, what your purpose is, that's when you'll realize that exactly every moment in your life and every place that you are, you're supposed to be there, and you are naturally helping because you are that's your purpose.
Absolutely,
you're a natural nourishing being. You know, so to feel those emotions, those up and down, it's completely normal. And to feel sad, to feel upset, that's completely normal. But it's what you do with those emotions. So you learn to turn that pain into motivation. You feel me?
Yeah.
You learn to turn that struggle into something that's completely phenomenal.
Absolutely,
you learn to turn that fight into look, I'm a champion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because I know I excel under pressure.
Right.
Like, when I'm under pressure, I'm
The
10
best.
toes down,
Okay.
full hard with it. It's going down.
But when you
Whatever I gotta do.
you panicking, look, you make the best moments, don't you? You be like feeling like a superwoman, like, God dang, I didn't know I could move like that. I done jumped all the way across the room.
Yeah, and me and my mother, to touch on what you said, me and my mom had conversations like that. She was like, you're in charge of your own life, so if you choose to dwell in it,
your own
So
reality.
I've learned to, look on the bright side and be like, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's okay.
you choose positivity, baby. What you get, what you feed is what you'll get, and this is something that I'm trying to make it my business to live by, and I want everybody to do so as well too. What you give out is what you get back. It's just like karma. They say karma is BITCH. Well, guess what? Life can be the same way too, but it can also be a positive outcome if you choose to live and walk in positivity. So to even think about depression, sad moments, and whatever so forth, anything that's on a low vibration, you can't do it, because guess what? That's what you're going to feed. But as long as you choose to change your mind and say, every day I get up, despite of the emotions I feel, I'm going to have a positive state of mind, and that's the energy I'm going to exalt. Girl, please, that's what you'll be right where you need to be within the blink of an eye.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So what made you decide to pursue singing as a professional career?
Honestly, and it's not like no deepness to it. I can't picture anything else I'd rather be doing. Honestly, I can't picture myself as like a teacher or.
You are a teacher.
Well, like a school teacher.
Not in the traditional.
Yeah, or like I can't do it. I just can't do it. Music is like everything, literally, as simple as that. Point blank, period.
You love it.
Yeah.
For the love.
Yeah.
Hey, Sir J, for the love.
Music is life.
Life.
The first thing that was created was what?
Sound.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. The very first thing that was created, let there be, and he spoke it.
Manifestation, huh?
Sound.
There you go.
You know it.
There you go.
Hey,
So who are some of your inspirations from singing now that you know that that's your love? Who
was your first?
Oh man. I don't have like a one person. I'll just name.
That's good. No, that's good.
Okay, like all the greats, honestly, because I listen to older music.
Great.
I was about to say.
Great.
I knew this was coming up. She said older.
Just now. The eyebrows went down to his chin.
You know, like the Whitney Houstons, the Tina Marie's, the Patti LaBelle.
Oh yeah, there you go. The greats. Exactly. You right.
Jackson 5.
I knew this
Luther
was coming.
Vandross.
Say it again.
Diana Ross.
Which Luther?
All of
Oh
them.
my
Big
God.
Luther.
All of them. Luther, boy. Luther brung it. I don't care how big or small he was.
Luther son everybody down the aisle.
Right.
Luther son.
Everybody got married to Luther.
Back in the day when R&B wasn't
See, y'all
neo
millennials, y'all don't
soul.
know.
When R&B wasn't neo soul day.
See, Luther back in the days when people can't.
Right.
There was people out there named Rufus. That's when Luther was going on. Like, Rufus. No lie, my mom had a boyfriend named Rufus.
And what? And a wife named Shirley, huh?
Oh, and Prince is another one, another good one.
Oh yes, girl, you can't forget Prince.
That's
I
what's
love me
up.
some Prince.
The artist formerly known.
Purple Rain.
So you old school.
Yeah.
What about Earth, Wind, and
I
Fire?
love Earth, Wind, and Fire, September Reasons.
September.
Here
The
we go.
Reasons.
Yeah. Ma, you did a good job with her.
I knew
over
this
there,
was
but-
coming though. I ain't gonna lie. I knew this was coming.
Old school.
I could tell.
about that.
But listen, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, say,
New
no,
singers,
about that.
new singers, well, singers that's put together now don't really have no newer. It's either neo soul or you listen to the old school.
Right.
Yeah.
Because half of them ain't talk about too much of that. But you know what?
Listen, Kim. I'm surprised people don't speak on Kim.
The beat is good.
Yeah.
The beat is good.
That's about it.
But the words, they're repeating the same exact thing
Yeah.
over and over.
Because see, they
and
don't.
over
Because they ain't doing it for
and
the
over
love.
and over.
They not doing it for the love.
No,
Not
they
most
most
of them.
definitely not doing it for
Most
the
of them
love.
not doing
They're
it for
not.
the. That's why they not producing their own.
It's true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then they lazy. They're lazy,
Hey,
period.
It's a microwavable society.
Yeah, they are very microwavable. I don't even think they microwavable. I think they just woken up and saying, "Can I get a number 1, 2, 3?"
Oh no, we don't do that no more. We go to the kiosk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna hit
We
that
don't
button.
even talk to nobody no more. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So that just goes to show how lazy they
get
really
ready to
are.
see. Get ready to see more of that with this
Yeah.
minimum wage going up. None but kiosks.
They're gonna have the little robots running around,
That's right.
and they're gonna be like, "Do,
Yeah.
can I take your order?"
Man, y'all need to. Hey, listen, protest that, man. Don't stop going
Guess
to
what?
that
I'll
quick
hopefully I'll
checkout.
be in another country.
Stop
by
going to
then.
that quick
Hopefully.
checkout. Protest all this
I'm gonna
stuff,
speak this
man.
into
Make them pay
existence
these
on
people.
Avenue 44. About time they walking around with the robots with the little skirts on.
Hey,
But where you gonna hide from that? They gonna have it everywhere.
What?
look, I don't know how they gonna sell this,
I don't know neither.
but I had a pilot tell me.
I ain't helping them
A
neither.
pilot tell me that they are working on self-driven airplanes.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
I don't know how you gonna sell that to the people.
Lord Jesus.
You just don't tell them,
Save the world.
or you can't fly.
Save
It's
the
gonna
world.
be
You
one
don't like
pilot.
it, don't fly.
Save the world. That's all.
That's
we can
crazy,
say.
but that's
That's a
different
whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a
huh,
whole nother
Shalon?
conversation.
I think we can say that conversation for next time when she comes back.
So, where do you see how? I mean, I'm hoping
Yeah.
you see yourself, but if you can set a measuring stick,
We not using the word hope. What
If
we
you
said
can-
about that earlier.
if you can use a measuring stick,
Yeah.
where are you aiming for?
Um.
What would make you say, you know what, Shalon, you did a damn good job?
Oh man, that's a good question. I just want to make a difference, man. Like honestly, like it's so many things I want to do. Like even beyond just music, I want to like go into like the film industry. I want to like compose scores for film industry and stuff, and like produce shows and produce shows and direct shows, create shows. I want to one day like maybe open up like an art school or something for kids that, you know, don't have like the same privileges and opportunities, and help them out. And you know, I just want to do it all, honestly. I just want to do it all. I think I'm not gonna say when I get to that point and look back, I think that's when I'll be like, you know, I did a good job, and just help everybody, bring people along with me, like, hey, come on, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, right now, just, congratulate yourself for the things that you have been
That's
doing
true.
first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget that. Don't forget where you are right now, and don't forget the change that
It's a
you
lot
are
of people.
making.
A lot of people just
right
trying to
now.
get to that spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just appreciate where you are right now. Give yourself a pat on. It's okay.
Thank you.
You know, and then that's when you could kind of appreciate everything else around you.
Yeah, that's funny you say. 'Cause my mother, that's what she stays telling me all the time. So, because I tell you, it's hard for me. Sometimes I get into the mode where you're like, you're doubting yourself, and my mom always telling me, think about how far you've come and be proud of that.
Exactly. Look, we can't forget the smell of roses, girl.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell us about this song you got with us today.
Okay, so it's called Serious. I wrote and produced this song last year. And it's basically about Sorry Mom, but she already knows what it's about. It's basically about, and I'm gonna put it in the G-rated version. When you're, when you're
Feel free.
Go for it.
when you're involved with someone intimately and they underestimate you, and you're like, see, I told you it was something serious. Hint, hint. So that's what it's basically about.
There's so many words. Light work gonna say it for you. It's the truth. He wasn't prepared when he came through the front door.
But before we play it, can we hear a little bit from you before we go on?
Right.
Some serious or just anything?
Anything. Just
No. We want something serious. Get into it.
No, she said
Oh,
the
no,
song.
the song says-
Not the song name serious.
I thought you knew that.
She did.
I
She
did,
did.
I did my research
I
than
did,
you.
but I thought she
did my
was saying that
research
she
than
was
you.
gonna just do a little bit of like, but I wanted her to be serious, like get into it.
No,
like,
I was talking about the
okay.
song.
Oh no!
Okay.
If she gonna come correct.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Come on now, don't be chopping and screwing my words.
God.
I know I'm a little ghetto,
Nah, you ain't ghetto.
Oh, I ain't that bad. Oh, well, that's good then, because I thought I was goddamn.
No.
I didn't hear that from you until just now.
I see it clear. My heart is here. We got each other. Let's take it from there. And if I could, I love you in forever and time. My heart is through. Crap, I forgot it.
That's all good. So
no,
we'll get back to it, baby. We'll get back.
Let me do it.
We're gonna take a
Okay,
bathroom break, and when we come back,
Oh
you
my
can
gosh,
go
how
ahead
you
and
gonna
kill.
start her out like that? You got me ready.
I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. I was ready for
We
that.
gotta do
sorry.
our thing. We gotta stay on.